Yo, welcome to Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach, along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wiley. We got a big time show for y'all today. We talking about the Chicago Bulls review of the season. And if we talking Bulls, you know we got to bring my man Bird in the building to help us out. And we got to bring James in here to come ahead and school us. Make sure you go on YouTube, subscribe to that page, Spectator Sporting. Leave a comment, we will reply. Also, listen on Spotify. The Chicago Bulls, the season, it started off great. We was excited. So great. They was number one in the East at all. They was killing.
Riding high.
DeMar DeRozan was breaking records. Wilt Chamberlain. But then injuries started happening. Yeah. Other teams in the East made trades, got better. The Bulls decided to stand pat. Yeah. So I think in the long run that hurt the Bulls holding on to some players that they probably may not have should have held on to. But with that being said, they made the playoffs for the first time in a while. Yeah. So let's talk about the Bulls' off-season strategy. Going forward, now we watching the NBA Finals right now. We're watching all the playoffs. We see these teams are loaded. They are from top to bottom. They play great defense. So the Bulls have a lot of work to do if they want to end up competing in the stronger Eastern Conference. So Bird, what is the biggest offseason need for the Chicago Bulls?
I wrote down a couple of things. I think interior defense, rebounding, floor spreading, and shooting. I think them things they need to focus on. However they can get that done and shit. But them the things that they have to focus on. Obviously we got something there, but we don't have enough. Some of them cats that's on the bench, man, you got to upgrade.
Absolutely.
We certainly need size. We damn near got a team full of guards and Vooch. Right. So that's what I think. Interior defense, rebounding, floor spreading, and shooting.
Hey, you pretty much hit it all on the head. You agree, James?
Yeah, I agree with that. And then I would add in there getting Lonzo Ball healthy, whatever the hell's going on with his knee.
I'm nervous about that.
Because Lonzo Ball changes the whole dynamics of the way the Bulls operate. He was a big part of their success in the beginning of the season. He makes the game easier for everyone offensively and defensively. And that was the major piece that we was always talking about this time of year ago. Hey, the Bulls need a point guard. What we gonna do? Yep. So I want to add Lonzo Ball getting healthy and also a better big, or getting Vooch some Hakeem Olajuwon training sessions, someone that's a big man that can help him move his feet, help him guard the pick and roll, help him be aggressive, help him become what we thought he was from Orlando. Maybe get him some Orlando Magic tights to wear underneath his Bulls shorts. It's something, man.
Mother Nature stopping that nigga feet from moving.
Yeah,
he ain't getting no faster.
It's like the footwork got to get better.
Same boat train that nigga.
Hey, you remember the defensive slides when we was in high school? Defensive slide drill. He need to do that shit the whole practice. Like don't shoot, don't dribble, don't rebound. Defensive slide. But on a more serious note, get a better big if we can, or get our big to be better. Because Vooch is actually an asset. He's an investment. So if we can't move him for something better, let's improve him however we can. Let's get him motivated however we can and get Lonzo Ball back along with what Bird added. I think we'll be okay.
Adi, same question to you. What you think is the biggest offseason need for the Chicago Bulls?
Well, you know what? The small ball strategy works for some teams, but not Chicago. No. It's not working, man. The New York Knicks, Mitchell Robinson, he's a free agent.
I was
Yeah, he just finished his fourth year in the league. Yep. He was number 4 in the NBA in blocks per game. The Bulls was the 6th worst team in the league in that category. Okay, and Andre Drummond is a free agent as well. The Bulls was the 3rd worst team in the NBA in rebounds per game. All right, so we need some rebounding. You also get the Orlando Magic Mo Bamba. He was number 5 in the NBA in blocks per game, but he's a restricted free agent, and that means the Magic can match any offer that he gets. So we'll see if what happens with that. Now, A.K. Karnisovas, he may have to look at the number 18 pick in the NBA draft to solve that big man issue we got going on. I'll be shocked if Duke's athletic big man, 7'1" guy named Mark Williams. Yeah. Mark Williams or Baylor's power forward, Jeremy Sohan falls to the Bulls at the number 18.
I don't know.
They team a long way.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they would do it, but you got the big man Jalen Williams. He has a lot of versatility on defense. He was the SEC All-Defensive Team. He made that squad. He was averaging 1 block, 1 steal, 10 rebounds a game, and he led the nation in drawing charges. All right, so I would like to have a player like that on the squad. You also got an Auburn 7'1", 255-pound center, Walker Kessler. He should be available at the number 18 pick. He calls difficult contested shots in the paint. He averaged 4 blocks a game at Auburn last year. So, free agency, draft, we got to look at that.
Yeah, sure. All y'all bring up outstanding points because, but I'm gonna go back to Bird point. Look, big man, that's a given. But we're looking at these other Eastern Conference teams. They all stacked. And one thing we got to improve on is our bench play. We need some killers on our bench. The Bulls had real issues. A lot of times in the games, they would start off the first quarter, start a lineup and get them up going. And then as soon as it was time for everybody to take a break, boom, the lead was going. And then, halftime the Bulls were down 15.
Got to
all these marginal role players.
Now don't get me wrong, it worked out. It worked out because when Lonzo, like James brought up, when Lonzo was playing, it was different because now you had Caruso coming off the bench for Lonzo.
Right.
You had the rookie Ayo coming off the bench. But as a starter, it's a whole different game. When teams are game planning, now what you were doing coming off the bench, and it don't look the same.
Right.
So I think the only 2 players on the bench that the Bulls should probably keep really, or is Ayo and Caruso. Everybody else.
Javonte Green?
I like Javonte.
I don't like Javonte Green. He won't shoot.
Need to stay, man.
He won't shoot.
Javonte
I don't like Javonte. He cannot. He won't shoot.
But you can't find that hustle that he brings to the game.
You can find some
energy.
If a team is gonna leave you, he's too much of a liability.
So you taking Kobe White or Javonte Green? Who would you?
I'm not taking either one. I think both of them need to be gone this year. I don't want Kobe White back either. I think he is who he is. He can get hot every 10 games, but then after that it's going to be downhill. He can't play defense. He's not a playmaker. I think it's Kobe. It's time to go.
Javonte Green plays good defense.
He played good defense, but they leave him wide open. He won't shoot the ball. How many times in that Milwaukee Bucks series did he leave wide open? He's pump faking on nobody. So like you gotta have versatile players, 3-and-D player like Bird said. I'd rather get a guy who can shoot threes and play defense. Javonte Green, now if he shot the ball, I don't care if he misses, but he won't even shoot, and it messes the whole offense up. And now DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine is taking a shot against the shot clock against 2 or 3 people. So I think they really gotta upgrade that bench. They gotta get some scoring off that bench and a big man. So I think that's their biggest need.
Well, you bring up role players, and I was looking at the playoffs. Grayson Allen. He came up big for the Bucks. Grant Williams, Max Strauss, Finney Smith from the Mavericks. Yeah. Those guys stepped up big for their teams. They're not all stars, but we need guys like that for the Bulls.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta have, and the role players that like you. What was Troy Brown? Who was the backup center for the Tony Bradley? Tony Bradley.
But you know what?
Tony Bradley.
You look at the talent level on the bench. It's just not up to par.
The 2020
Philly got rid of him.
Yeah, he wasn't. But the 2020 second round pick, Marko Simonovic.
Yeah, is he coming?
He played in the G League last year. He played 5 games. He averaged 15 points.
What the hell is he doing?
Averaged 15 points a game, 7.8.
You know what they should have brought him up instead of signing weak ass Tristan Thompson. Not that he's an NBA player, so I'm not gonna disrespect him. But
no, you can say it. Tristan Thompson's pretty bad, man.
But he's not an NBA player to me no more. Tristan Thompson should be out the league. He's not good no more.
He played with LeBron, so that kind of. But he
can go to the Lakers then.
When they show that little clip of him missing 400 short jump shots in a row.
Yeah.
Like he has not improved on anything.
He's just tall, man. He make a lot of babies. So
there's nobody that's worth keeping on the bench for the Bulls.
Well, Marko Simonovic, we'll see. He gonna have to get.
We'll see it. We don't know about him. We look G League and NBA is 2 different things. Somebody gonna average 30 in G League and only average 4 in the NBA. So I haven't seen it. But as far as the roster that was put together last year. There's only 2 people that I'm willing to keep off that bench. That's Ayo and Caruso.
No Javonte Green.
No Javonte. Yeah. We can upgrade Javonte Green is 6'3", who can't shoot. Now he hustle. He can't shoot. He won't shoot. No, if you don't shoot, if you don't shoot the ball, you can't shoot.
But he missing corner threes, though,
He was pump
man.
faking the wild.
Yeah.
He's not as bad as my man Rose.
Javante Green, when Lonzo and them was playing, when he was able
It'd
just
be
to
like
finish.
4 or 5 of him out there, man. He'd be all over the place.
I love his
man.
defense, but he's such a liability. He's too much. He's kind of like Anthony Robinson was for the Oklahoma City at that time. He was great on defense, but he was such a liability on offense that it was hard to play him. As you see in that playoff series, Billy Donovan had to keep taking him out because he would not shoot the ball.
Yeah.
It's a different game in the playoffs when you going up against these big dogs. You gotta upgrade. So James, you were just talking about Vooch.
Yeah.
Vooch is an all-star center. In Orlando, he was averaging big numbers, 24-12.
Yeah.
Of course, it came down with the Bulls because you got Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. But what should the Bulls do with Vooch?
Well, if I was the Bulls, if I can get rid of Vooch for somebody like a DeAndre Ayton or Rudy Gobert, sign and trade, because Vooch does have an expiring contract, which is something that plays into the favor of these teams that's trying to rebuild to have big men that can be better than Vooch in our system.
Yeah.
So I say get rid of him if we can for, somebody that's going to be aggressive, somebody that's going to move their feet. And if you can't get rid of him, I mean, we stuck with trying to work with him as much as we can. Like, what is his work ethic like? Is he working hard in the offseason to correct his weakness? Or is he just going to live with being Vooch?
So what do you say his weakness is?
Man, shit. On the defensive side,
has he ever been good on defense?
He's terrible in the pick and roll. Like, maybe it wasn't exploited as much in Orlando as it is in Chicago. When I see Vooch in the pick and roll, I'm counting 2 points or 3 points on and one. I know something is coming good for the opposition when I see someone call they man that Vooch is sticking for a damn pick. I'm like, okay, here come 2 or 3. So and then on top of that, Vooch is not very good defensively at all. Even if it's not a pick and roll, if you just give the man the ball, let him bag Vooch down, do what he gonna do. He gonna do what he gonna do. So, I mean, we stuck with him now. I mean, Wendell Carter wasn't giving us anything at the time we got rid of him. The whole Bulls curse, the big man will kill when he leaves. So, and when we get the big man in return, he forgets how to play. So we just gonna have to work with Vooch, but we can get rid of him for DeAndre Ayton or Rudy Gobert, or even the Mo Bamba, whoever the hell he is.
Right.
It's somebody, man.
Mitchell Robinson.
Bring in somebody for Vooch or let Vooch step up, light a fire. I say they just don't talk to Vooch and make him think he's being traded, and then get him expired and get him ready, motivated to be working hard. And hopefully he'll come back and show the team that he can do better, because he showed flashes here and there.
Yeah, 18-12 for the season.
Yeah.
I mean,
but defensively.
Yeah, defensively.
he averaged 18 and 12, but he giving up 30 and 15. Right. So it's kind of like, damn, what we're really doing with that, So,
Bird, what should the Bulls do with Vooch?
I mean, I don't have a problem with Vooch. I mean, I think he produced way more than a lot of people get from their center. Yeah. I think Vooch ain't necessarily a problem because he do what he can do out there. I think the issue is you're not getting nothing from what I think may very possibly turn to another marginal ass power forward that the Bulls like to get in Pat Williams. I mean, maybe that position needs to be improved. Somebody who is more of a defender and a dog. Because this ain't a position thing, Like Vooch produced. He got 18 and 12. But we ain't getting nothing from the power forward position. And then, so my first thing would be not to get rid of him, because he is productive. See if I could add somebody that I can come off the bench or start alongside of him that do some of the things he don't do, like play defense laterally and on the perimeter. And, he's a good rebounder, so I can't say shit about his rebounding, but, blocking shots and, just being that more athletic person, that helps him, that fill in the holes that he has.
Right. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
If not, then I explore some trade options, and see what's the best. But I wouldn't just throw him away. I definitely ain't taking Mo Bamba for him and shit. I ain't, I'm not getting rid of 18 and 12 for probably 8 and 7 or some shit,
What about DeAndre Ayton or Rudy Gobert?
Yeah, I definitely take DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, no question.
Rudy Gobert, I'll take Rudy Gobert for the simple fact that the Bulls don't necessarily need a lot of offense from that center spot.
They need more of a defense.
I think what Rudy Gobert brings to the table would be more beneficial to the Bulls.
Yeah.
As far as, it's only a few. But that being said, it's only them kind of players that I would, try to replace him with. I mean, now you do got Miles Turner, who I still like. I don't know what's gonna happen with Williams from Boston after this season. Is he finna be a free agent?
He restricted free agent.
Grant Williams?
No,
with
Robert Williams.
Oh, Robert Williams.
Robert Williams. You know what I'm saying?
Am I wrong about
I
that?
don't think he's a free agent.
No, I said restricted. I thought he was restricted. I gotta look that
I
up.
don't know what's up with your man James Wiseman. There's some guys out there. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. But at the end of the day, I think you got to get some more productive guys. Big men on the roster with Vooch. If you can do that, I think we can keep
offset what he don't bring.
Right.
Yeah, that make a lot of sense.
Well, the thing about Miles Turner, he has 1 year left on his contract too. And so, he led the league in blocks in 3 out of the last 4 years. That'd be a nice addition. And then but the problem with Rudy Gobert, he signed through the 2025-26 season. He's averaging $41 million a year.
Whoa.
Right.
So do you take that off the table?
Yeah.
I take him. I wrote his name on my paper. I'm gonna scratch.
Yeah, I gotta write him out too.
So
Damn,
scratch that
41
off.
million per year.
Yeah,
sir.
through 2026.
Who the hell gave him that?
Yeah.
Hey, I would sign that in a heartbeat too.
I mean, I'll address that. If I ain't willing to give,
So Robert Williams is a restricted free agent.
Okay.
He is a restricted free agent.
Yeah, Boston gonna match his offer.
Yeah, they gonna match
They're
that.
Look like we're gonna be stuck with Vooch.
Yeah, so what should we do with Vooch?
Yeah, well, you know what? Wendell Carter Jr. is coming off the best season of his career.
No, you going?
I'm saying he averaged 15
You say you want that old thing back?
What I'm saying is
that's what we gonna get, that old thing.
And then last year, we traded last year's first round pick, was the number 8 overall pick. People forget about that, which ended up being an all-rookie first teamer, Franz Wagner. Okay,
He nice. He nice.
Yeah, so we didn't just give up Wendell Carter Jr. We gave up Franz Wagner too, the number 8 overall pick.
That's a good point.
And it looks like the Bulls haven't won a trade since 1995.
And we won't if we
Dennis
trade
Rodman
him.
from Real Purdue?
Yeah.
And we won't if we trade Vooch for fucking Wendell Carter.
Definitely gonna win that trade.
Yeah, well, Wendell Carter Jr. plays better defense than
He's
Vooch.
reached his margin, man.
And I would say this about Vooch. I think
we don't do good in
Look,
trades.
listen, Vooch is a good player. We know him. I just think it's more about the Bulls getting a backup big man. Unless we can get a DeAndre Ayton or Rudy Gobert, I don't really
kind of guys.
I don't want to trade him.
You gotta do
because once again that is 18 and 12. And let's not forget, DeMar DeRozan, as good of a season as he had last year, was a ball hog extreme.
Hey, we won that trade.
The DeMar DeRozan?
Yeah, we traded Thaddeus Johnson. Thaddeus Johnson.
First round.
Yeah, we did get
We traded Thaddeus Johnson for him, man.
So I'm sorry.
Definitely won that.
So are we trading?
With Vooch, I mean, the thing is, in the playoffs, he averaged 8 3-point shot attempts per game. In the playoffs, 8 3-point shot attempts a game. He shot only 31% from downtown in the playoffs against the Bucks.
Yeah.
He only averaged 1 free throw attempt per game. Okay, and I don't know if the Bulls think he's Dirk Nowitzki or something, doing this pick and roll, pick and pop at the 3-point line, shooting all these threes. And I don't mind him just setting a pick, but pick and dive. A lot of teams switch. Then you got a mouse in the house. Now you can take advantage of that, post them up, and if they double you, you can kick it out. And I'll take my chance. I'll put my money on Vooch going to get some guard or point guard in the post, okay? And so, but like James said, now defensively, I think the Bulls should do the Tom Thibodeau strategy. When we had Carlos Boozer, who couldn't play defense, in the fourth quarter, Thibodeau benched him in the fourth quarter and put in Taj Gibson. But we need to get that Taj Gibson kind of guy, Mitchell Robinson kind of guy, a Obama kind of guy who's much cheaper than Rudy Gobert. I don't want to get, if the Bulls, if the Bulls get Rudy Gobert, that means they're not signing Zach LaVine, okay? Because Zach LaVine would make about 40-something.
And I'm certainly not choosing no goddamn Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So that's
He's off the table.
Yeah, he's off the table. And now, like James said, I think we're stuck with Vooch for this 1 year. I don't think he's in the long-term plans. He averaged 18 points a game and all that, but you're giving up like 25 points. You know what I'm saying? So I think we get mesmerized by somebody scoring and can shoot and all that stuff. Like it doesn't. If you scoring 18 but giving up 25, like what does?
But when you say give up 25, now I know like when he played the top dogs like Embiid absolutely. Embiid absolutely dismantles him. The Joker.
Brook Lopez will kill him.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. I thought Vooch, he played good against Milwaukee. I mean, I think that was more of a game plan issue, honestly, against Milwaukee. Because Milwaukee, the coverage they play, they pretty much play that drop coverage where they pretty much invite you to shoot threes. They let you shoot threes.
Is there any chance we can upgrade our coach at any time?
That you know what?
Like Billy Donovan is okay, but damn.
We talked about this before. With Billy Donovan.
Wes Snyder is available.
I don't know if Billy Donovan is really gonna lead us too far.
Well,
just don't do it.
I don't know. With Vooch, I say like you keep him until like unless you can unless you can swing DeAndre Ayton out of that. I'm with it.
Yeah, DeAndre Ayton's a free agent.
If he's a free agent and you go get DeAndre Ayton and you can trade Vooch.
Ayton defense ain't all that.
You know what I'm saying? You know.
Right.
No, it ain't. But Ayton's younger.
He's younger. Well, I'd rather have Ayton than Vooch.
I'd rather have Ayton than Vooch. Yeah. So, but Vooch, I don't think Vooch is bad as people making him. I also think Lonzo Ball. Here we go. This comes back to Lonzo again. Vooch didn't get the touches that he normally get because you know. He's a center, so he's dependent on guards to give him the ball. And once DeMar DeRozan touched that ball,
it's over.
It's over with.
DeMar DeRozan without the point guard. I actually counted one game. It took him like 14 seconds to do his, move this way, move that way, pump fake this way, pump fake that way. Then he shot the ball. It's like, damn, he did so much dribbling in the same little area, but that's his game. But damn, it takes a lot of time for that DeRozan ball.
Yeah, and you got to get. And Vooch is a type of player. He need a little rhythm.
Yeah, he do.
He need a little rhythm, and I think if you feature him a little bit more, I think he'll be better. Now his defense ain't gonna never get better. It is what it is on defense.
Yeah, I don't even believe in his
So if we come back here with next year, we gotta have a stronger power forward.
Yeah.
Patrick Williams, you brought up Patrick Williams not getting none. He showed a couple of flashes towards the end of the season.
He gotta stay healthy, man.
But he gotta stay healthy.
Yeah.
He gotta stay healthy.
And I'm not too hard on Pat Williams because he was drafted as a small forward.
Yeah.
And then the Bulls signed DeMar DeRozan and moved him to power forward, which is not his position.
Adi, let's talk about the Bulls as a whole. Like going into this season, we don't know who's gonna be traded. Free agency hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
We don't know if we're gonna have Zach LaVine. But going into the season, with the players that we think we gonna have, which player they gotta step they gotta come with it this year.
Well, since Lonzo Ball missed 52 games last year, and he's never played more than 63 games in the season, I'm going with Ayo Dosunmu. All right.
Okay.
In the second half of the season, I saw too much of DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine bringing the ball up the court.
Yep.
Ayo must take over the floor general responsibilities whenever Lonzo Ball is out for whatever reason. Ayo, he did have a very efficient season as a rookie. He had shot 52% from the field.
Made second team all rookie, right?
I think so. I mean, 52% from the field, 37% from downtown, and he had a really nice assist to turnover ratio, 3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. But he needs to increase his usage rate. Okay, he needs to don't be standing on the side playing off guard, shooting guard, being a slasher and stuff like that. We need Ayo Dosunmu to be one of the best backup point guards in the NBA next year.
I actually think Ayo does what he says Javonte Green does. He don't shoot sometimes a lot. He pump fake a lot and overpass a lot. He shoot the ball, but you know what I'm saying?
Not like Green.
I think that's a one little thing that he got to improve. Like he stay aggressive regardless. Sometimes he try to be too much of a point guard, and you know what I'm saying? Like, man, shoot that, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't got nothing to bad. I agree with you.
Yeah, just be more aggressive. Take over that. Don't let DeMar DeRozan and LaVine, like James talking about, hold the ball for 14 seconds. Like you bring the ball up, you run the offense and all that. Throw the ball to Vooch in the post. You know what I'm saying? Like run some offense and stuff like that. And so that's what I want to see. I want to see Ayo be the most improved Bull next season.
Bird, who you looking at on the Bulls? Like who? You know what? They gotta really pick their game up.
I mean, it's a question mark, obviously, but truthfully, I think the Bulls suffered from who wasn't on the court, which is Lonzo Ball. I mean, it's a question mark, but that's the most important piece. Like that's the piece that was the obvious common denominator of how they was looking at one point in the season versus how they started looking.
Yep.
And I think Ball make the difference on both ends of the ball. Moving the ball, knocking down the threes. His three had got wet.
42%. He was at 42%.
He was shooting it from deep too, man. No hesitation.
On top of transition defense, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean, with that being said, that he got to be on the court. But other than that, I like what Adi said, Ayo, but I mean, if he's on the team, Zach LaVine, you know what I'm saying, is gonna be, because depending on what they do with him and what you know what I'm saying, he gonna have to show and prove, especially if they do give him a bag. Now you got to give us more than just putting up some points. You gotta actually help us win some playoff series and shit like that. So Zach LaVine and Alonzo Ball, those two guys, man, if they got to be healthy and available. And I think if they there and take their games to the next level, the Bulls will see them more. If they make them other moves too, but them the two guys I got. Oh, I'm sorry, and Pat Williams if he's if he's going.
This is the time to shine for him, man. Ain't this his last year?
Year three.
Year three.
This is not
Four?
his last year with the
It's
Bulls.
4-year contract.
It's 4 years. It's 3 years and then they can pick up the option, or is it 4 years?
I think he'll be restricted free agent after this fourth year.
After this fourth
After
year.
this
Fourth year,
fourth
he's
year?
a restricted free agent.
So we got 2 more years of the Pat Williams experience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
What, you not sold on Pat Williams?
I don't know. It's hard to say. When have we seen a consistent 82 game aggression of Pat Williams?
Nah, we haven't.
We don't even know who the dude can be, what he gonna be, what he
Well,
can.
we know
do.
he can play.
He can play, but how
But
often
that's the
will he
thing,
play?
right? We know, but there's that thing. What kind of player is
He reminds me of the many of the past of the marginal pickups drafts that we've done. Like you
That's what I'm
say,
saying. They all could play.
he's very resemblance of the what? Can you mean
The one
Marcus
they got
Pfizer's,
the one they got it right on, they let go, which was Bobby Portis.
Bobby
Right.
Portis. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
They got it right on him.
I'm gonna tell you this. He's only 20 years old.
Who, Pat Williams?
Yeah, Pat Williams. I'm not giving up on Pat.
Yeah,
Williams.
I wouldn't either.
I'm not doing it.
I want to say give up
Yeah.
on him, but he don't give you a
don't
whole
know.
lot of
He's
tips.
not the player you
I don't know if he
step
can teach
Yeah,
fire,
yeah.
man.
For sure, he definitely got to step up.
I don't know if he
For
can teach
sure.
fire, and I don't see.
When he come out there, he
flicker
seems like he just left the
of fire in this
dispensary
young
and
man,
smoked. He
man.
like he smoked a 7 before every game. Man. He comes out there, he be like, "Okay, we're gonna play today." You know.
I agree with y'all on Pat Williams. I think
Get mad.
I want to see a jump.
Get
this year.
mad. Somebody
I'm
get
not saying
mad.
I'm not saying he got to be all star, but I definitely want to see like a jump.
I want to see him play mad.
Yeah, but the player, if he comes back, is Zach LaVine. Zach
Yeah,
LaVine.
him too.
If he comes back, that means the Bulls gave him that max contract.
Right.
That means DeMar DeRozan should not be the #1 guy on the team. It should be Zach LaVine. He's going into his prime. He's going to be 26, 27 years old.
He just made
It's
27 three months ago.
Yeah, 3. So he's 27 years
Yeah.
old. This is his prime time.
Yeah.
You get that max contract. You want it, and if the Bulls give it to him, I expect him to lead this team at least to a playoff series win next year.
DeRozan's the leader of the team.
Listen,
DeRozan-
we're not winning nothing with the. Don't get me wrong, I like DeRozan. DeRozan was spectacular last year.
But it's different when he got ball out there. He don't have to dribble 12 times to get his 2-range shot.
But this team is gonna go as Zach LaVine go. And he's the max player. He's the most talented player on the team.
Remember when Zach went down?
Who's the most talented player on the Bulls?
You can say the most talented.
Zach LaVine.
But sometimes hard work outdoes talent.
Yeah, he doesn't. He
And
don't
I
play
think DeRozan works harder than Zach LaVine.
Well, DeRozan don't play defense either.
Both of them
DeRozan
don't play. Both
yeah,
don't play D.
yeah, I'm just
Like Tatum and Brown play D, but Levine and Rosen don't play no D.
so LaVine gonna have to be better on defense. He gonna have to be better in the clutch. Like I need to be able to say LaVine is 5 minutes left in the game. Take us home.
And he got stopped catching coronavirus as well.
Whatever that's
He leads the NBA in
I ain't gonna go
coronavirus.
there.
He leads the NBA.
He had it like 4 times.
Yeah,
man.
and it's always at a very important time
So
of the season.
LaVine is the player that if we bring him back, we need him to be 25 to 30 every night. Like for real. Like it's time.
Hey man, we need a Carfax on that knee, man.
So
What's up with that knee, bro? Like, what's going on?
You talking about
Like,
212 mil for
Yeah.
5 years. You gotta be when you gonna give a guy a contract like that, that can set you back, that can help you, or that can set you back. We talked about a lot of Bulls and we just kind of ended off our last talk talking about Zach LaVine. But the big topic really for the Bulls, this is gonna determine how their free agency goes. This is gonna determine what their plans is gonna be. The Bulls, should they max out Zach LaVine? There's some teams interested, but right now LaVine they max him out 5 years, $212 million.
Yeah.
That is a lot of money. Now, Zach LaVine is a very talented player. He's made the All-Star team back-to-back seasons. So James, what should the Bulls do with Zach LaVine?
Well, if we max him out, that means we can't get nobody else, right?
No, that doesn't mean
Not
that.
necessarily.
No,
Not necessarily. No.
Okay. Well, I think it all come down to what does Zach want to do at the end of the day as well. Like, you either with us or you not. You know what I'm saying? If you with us and you willing to expand the roster and try to get us this chip that we ain't seen since '98, I feel like he should accept what the Bulls front office needs him to accept in order to improve the team. If he's not willing to do that and say, hey, I just want the max money, y'all make it work after that, I say we try to do a sign and trade for Zach and get what we can get with our assets or however that may work. Because AK, I kind of trust their judgment on the moves they have made so far.
Yep.
And if Zach is going to milk us to the point where we can't get better, and he won't be better, and what's up with that knee, we don't know. Does anybody know? It's like he goes to LA and say, I got to stay here for 3 months because my knee is bad. Like, it's a lot of question marks around giving this guy that money, and we can't improve our team. So if he decides he wants to stay for the better of the team, to help the team improve and take, not the max, but take something to improve the team, I say keep him. But if he decides he wants to max to the way he's performed and the injury history, I just don't feel comfortable with doing that, knowing that maybe in a year or two, Zach LaVine's going to have an undisclosed knee issue or COVID or something that's going to prevent him from being able to be efficient for us. So, hands is tied, man, with that situation.
Yeah, that's a very fair point. This like this AK, we trust AK.
We trust AK, man.
But this is going to be his toughest decision.
He needs to know what Zach wants to do. Zach needs to be truthful with AK in the front office and say, hey, I want to stay, but I want to get better. Or I want to stay and I just want all the money. Yeah. Or I don't want to stay. He just needs to be truthful to let our front office know in which direction to move.
Right.
Because Zach is not your 82 season player a year game kind of guy that's been, leading us. He actually hasn't been leading us. If it wasn't DeRozan, it was like we was trying to figure out what we was gonna do with him. So to me, he don't deserve just to get the max, and we can't do nothing else once he do the max. I just don't agree with that.
Bird, what's your thoughts on Zach LaVine? What you think the Bulls should do?
I want Zach back, but not for Supermax money.
Well, let me tell you about that. He doesn't qualify for the Supermax because he did not make the All-NBA team.
Yeah.
He doesn't qualify for that.
But he's still the 212.
But the max.
The 212 is the max the Bulls can offer.
Yeah.
And the Bulls no other team, the Bulls will have the best offer on the table.
Okay, yeah.
But he doesn't qualify for the Supermax.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but again,
That's still a lot of money.
anything I do offer, like, he's not easily replaceable.
Nah,
So it's like, I can't be like, oh, well, so fuck him, but he's not easily replaceable. And, because I'll be thinking, who we replace him?
Bradley Beal has a player option. He has a player option. So he can opt out his contract and be a free agent this offseason, Bradley Beal. That's the only guy I can see that would replace LaVine.
I would agree with you.
At this point, I prefer LaVine over Bradley. I can't even front. I mean, Bradley good, but he suffered from the same things. He's rarely on the court a lot of times as well. So, I mean, the upside for Zach is huger. And ultimately, though, man, like, I want him because I do think he is a star and that he's going to get better and can get better as a player. I don't know about giving him. Now, if I give him max money, it'll be like a 2-year contract, 2-year, $90 million or something. And you got that window. If you show me that you something else after that, then you get the big dough in that 3rd year or whatever. But unless some shit pop up where they're like, oh well, Donovan Mitchell wants to come or whatever. That's some kind of player. Right. Because I think Zach done worked his way up to that. Then if it's not gonna hinder us from signing another major impact player or making the roster, not even major impact, but making the roster better, then you pay him.
Yeah.
Pay him as much as you can, but no, don't overpay the man.
Right.
Like I said, you can give him. He earned a certain amount of dollars. Fine, you give him that. Like I said, if it's cats out here making 40 million plus 45 and they not as good as him, then he gonna be like, that's his bargaining chip. Yeah. So give him that, but only in a small, in a 1 or 2 year package.
Shorten the contract.
Yeah.
I got you. Alright, what you think? What you think about Zach LaVine? You think we should keep him?
Well, I'm just looking at his options. Dame Lillard can use some help in Portland. He lost C.J. McCollum to the Pelicans. Bird brought up Donovan Mitchell. All right, they just had a very disappointing playoffs. He can use another All-Star on the perimeter. John Morant. I mean, with the Grizzlies, they need to go to the next level. They can use another All-Star on their squad.
Dallas
certainly gonna throw.
That's perfect fit.
Dallas.
That's a perfect fit. I hate to say it. As much as a Bulls fan, if he go to Dallas.
But they supposed to be giving.
I feel Dallas more than the Lakers on that.
Yeah. Dallas would be. Yeah, I think that would be a great fit.
Either Dallas or Atlanta. Those are the 2 perfect fits.
True. But they got Jalen Brunson. He's supposed to be. Mark Cuban reportedly is trying to make Brunson the number.
So if you get a chance to get Zach LaVine, you gonna keep Brunson?
I'll take LaVine over Brunson.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
You know, so
That's all I'm saying.
yeah. But
you got with Brunson though, you gotta humble it. I mean, they gotta like, look, Brunson, we really value you, but we can't make you one of the top paid point guards in the league. Like
He is gonna get paid.
we can't handicap. You cold, you good, but we can't handicap our roster. I mean, they ain't gonna tell him this, but this is what I'll be thinking as a G. I can't handicap my roster, giving him a bag that can kind of, you know what I'm saying. I don't know. I like Brunson, but
the Van Fleet deal kind of hurts Dallas. He got paid a boatload of money, and so I can see Pat Riley offering Brunson, overpaying Brunson. You know what I'm saying? So that was gonna be.
You said Pat Riley?
Yeah, Pat Riley.
You want Brunson?
I'll take Brunson over
Carolina.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That actually be a great move for Miami. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even think about that. Wow, that's
an excellent move.
That'd be a great move.
You know, but I'm tired of seeing former Bulls killed on other teams. Jimmy Butler, okay,
That was a Garpax era.
Bobby Portis,
Garpax.
You can't blame AK. This is I get what you're saying, but this is the Garpax.
Garpax had everything to do with all that shit.
Yeah, but still, I just don't want. I want to keep him. I don't want to keep the guy, keep the core together. I mean, Zach LaVine, he just made 27 years old. He doesn't qualify for the Supermax, okay? But Chicago, like I said, they can offer him the best offer on the table this offseason, $42.5 million a year for 5 years. Another team, the only deal, the best they can offer him is 4 years for $39 million a year. So, Zach LaVine would be getting the best deal here. AK Carter Chauvin, he's got to convince Zach LaVine and his agent that LaVine wouldn't be the number one guy in Portland, Dallas, Utah, or Memphis Grizzlies.
Or Atlanta too.
Yeah, he wouldn't be the number one guy.
He wouldn't be.
But over here with the Bulls, DeMar DeRozan is going to be 33 in a couple of months. He only has 2 years left on his deal, okay? So once we don't know if DeRozan going to stick around after them 2 years, and then LaVine can take over. DeRozan is getting older, and so now if LaVine walks away from the Bulls' offer, he could be turn down potentially $55 million overall. So financially, it makes total sense for him to stay in Chicago.
But the Bulls are we sure that the Bulls is offering this?
Well, AK Carter, I read the article. AK Carter said the teams that they've been losing to, because the Bulls was like 1-14 against the top 4 teams in the East. Right. He was talking about how those teams kind of got. They've been together for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? So that was like the first year, DeMar DeRozan, and then, Ayo first year, Caruso first year. Yeah. So he wants to keep the core together and just add to the team.
No, I'm not mad at that. Like, I know what I said about Zach LaVine, but I'm for keeping him. I want them to keep Zach LaVine. Because I feel like, I think all y'all brought this up. Who you going to replace him with? Unless you get like a Bradley Beal, Donovan Mitchell to come in for him, I say you keep Zach LaVine.
I think Donovan Mitchell is about the only replacement. Right, that makes sense for right now.
But that boy was born in the state of New York, and them Knicks might have a couple dollars.
Yeah, so I'm for keeping LaVine. I just want him, like, once he gets this deal, because I think if I had to predict, if I put my psychic hat on, I think he's gonna sign back with the Bulls. I think he's gonna be back with the Bulls because there's really nothing out there that's unless he just really wants to go play with Luka or Trae Young. I think one of those two teams, I think Atlanta or Dallas is a team that we got to watch out for because those teams are perfect setup for him, where he can be himself.
And they both got superstars. Yeah. And it's ironic to the two teams with the guys that was traded for each other on draft day.
Yep.
Is the two teams that he'll make a perfect.
He'll be the perfect company. He'll be the perfect player for both those teams. That's what both of those teams are missing is another guard who can get their own shot.
I'll be kind of scared to see Zach go to ATL. Because we have to see it now.
Yeah. So I can see that, but I'm for keeping Zach LaVine. Yeah. It's just but I want him to be the number one guy if he get that Bulls max. I want him to be. I don't think I'm not feeling DeMar DeRozan being our best player going into a playoff series against Milwaukee.
DeRozan just made the All NBA team.
He's second team, right?
Yeah, he made the All NBA team.
No,
do you believe that him and DeRozan? You think, because I think Tatum. And Brown. I think Tatum, his talent level or whatever. I like Brown, but
talent wise.
I think DeRozan and LaVine are doing this at times. As far as they got the thing, LaVine a little younger, but I mean, he's still athletic. He still dunk your ass. He's still, he's better. He had the best year of his career, and it was the easiest. And so I'm thinking, not to, I like LaVine, but I don't really think he's better than DeRozan right now in the sense of the game is so damn easy for DeRozan.
Yeah. As far as the mastery of the game, I get what you're saying. The mastery of the game.
Look at what DeRozan did in his career, though. In Toronto, you know what I'm saying?
No, he's a Hall of Fame.
He's had a better career.
He definitely.
Zach's got to get to that.
Zach LaVine, this is his first time even making the playoffs.
Zach LaVine has lost probably the most games in NBA history. So I'm not just saying that this is not a knock on DeRozan. I'm just saying going forward. I'm looking at the East. I'm looking at the teams that the Bulls gonna have to deal with. It's a juggernaut.
LaVine took the backseat. LaVine when DeRozan
I don't want LaVine take the backseat. No, we don't need.
He was that's my MVP and all that.
No, hell no.
That's what he said.
No, hell no. LaVine don't need to, if he that dude, don't take a backseat. No, that don't mean
for the MVP.
Yeah, that don't mean you don't pass him the ball and you don't play with him, you don't encourage him. But LaVine needs to be more of a dog. Let's just call it what it is. He needs to be more of a killer out there. Yeah. And I think he got the skill to be that.
He definitely got the skill.
You know what I'm saying? Now we give him the excuse. I know he had hurt. I know he was hurt. He was playing on a bad knee for the second half of the season. And Lonzo Ball, once again, we'd always come back to Lonzo Ball being out. But Lonzo Ball not being there to facilitate the ball. So when DeRozan get the ball not moving around when Lonzo's there, he's getting everybody easy shots. I mean, when Lonzo was there, they both was averaging 26 a game. They was both 10 and scoring. Yeah. So that's what I want to see. So I'm with keeping LaVine, but I just think I want to see improvement. I want to see improvement. I want to see more of a killer mentality. I want to see more clutchness. I want to see him, really take off and take this team, and be the man on his team if he gonna get that money.
True. I agree.
Yes.
I agree myself.
Yeah, so you've been watching Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach, along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wally. We talked about the Bulls, and when we talked about the Bulls, I want to give a thanks to my man James. I want to give a thanks to my man Bird. Appreciate the knowledge. In the meantime, in between time, make sure you go on YouTube, subscribe to that page, Spectator Sporting. Listen on Spotify, Spectator Sporting. We out. Peace.